All right, welcome back to episode 13, and this is part 2. Now we're going to look at something called tactical time. We're going to connect balance and time management to find effective ways for you to organize your days, hours, and minutes in the most empowered way. Now what we're going to do is look at how you'll spend your time and then assess your time management skills. So what I want you to do is to draw, you don't have to draw a clock as elaborate as this, like this alarm clock. Just draw a clock face and then just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like a regular clock, obviously. And I'm going to give you the categories that you're going to then apply to this clock. So the categories are sleeping, number 2 is eating, after that is physical activity, is that exercise, is that, working, what is that? Next is commuting to work. The next one after that is going to work and then being at work, because you might work from home, so that can be physical activity, but physical activity is more like working out. So I misspoke earlier, sorry. Then there's family and social life. And then there's personal time, such as reading, relaxing, enjoying a hobby, like watching movies, cooking, etc. So what you're going to do is we're going to look at this example, and then I'll show you how to make a table so you can figure out what you're really doing. Many times, how we believe we spend our day is out of alignment with how we actually do in terms of our time. So now you're going to get time under your control. You may want to keep a time log for a few days. You don't have to do it for any longer than that, and see how closely your actual day manages what you think it looks like in real life. So make a table in your notebook, or just separate 3 columns, or separate 3 columns the way I showed you. It's easier if you do it that way. The top of the left column, write the activity you're going to do, like sleeping, eating, physical activity. And then in the center column, write perceived time you think it will take. How much time you think it will take. On the right-hand column, write the actual time that it took. So actually time yourself, or give yourself a rough estimate within 10-15 minutes, so that you're not too far off, so that you can really get a good, accurate look at this. Now I'm going to tell you what to do with that. Evaluate your results by asking yourselves these questions. How well does my perceived time match my actual time? So if you thought it would take you an hour to exercise and it took you an hour to exercise, awesome. If it's 15 minutes difference, okay, now you know there's a variance. Next question, why are the differences there, and what adjustments do you want to make so that you can have more time? Or realize you need more time to work out. After that, ask, how does my actual average day align with my big picture of life? For example, my goals, my values, my purpose, and my vision. Then ask, what are my must-haves in my daily life, such as the right amount of sleep, the time with my children, the time for hobbies and exercise, the time with my spouse or significant other. After that, ask yourself, what time do I invest in the nice-to-have things? Like, oh, it'd be nice to go out and eat ice cream. It'd be nice to go see a movie. It'd be nice to watch TV today, or have my hobby, which will bring you a higher level of success and satisfaction to your work and your personal life. So you could also say it'd be nice to get involved and learn how to do financial investing. Like if I want to go on Stash and I want to invest some of my money on there, or on Acorns or whatever. Or with your broker. And then ask yourself, what impact does this average day have on my overall energy? So look at if you're feeling really tired at the end of your day because you're spending too much time working out and not enough time sleeping. Look at the impact. So make your notes and what adjustments you'd like to make and plans that you'd like to take on balancing your schedule time-wise. So now we're going to get a hold of balancing your schedule. So what changes, as another question, what changes do you want to make in order to model time management more effectively to inspire and motivate others? So you might not want to go to work and be like, oh, hey, look what I do with all my time. You guys should do that too. You could be a model for them, and you could show them you can get everything done because you're well organized and you're well aware of how long it takes you to get the things done that you may have thought, oh, that really takes me 2 hours and I really thought I was doing it in an hour. Sometimes you do something and time flies because you're so into it and you think it doesn't take that long, but it takes you a lot longer. Now we're going to look at specific skills, time management skills. So managing our time in a manner that allows us to successfully reach our goals requires certain skills. Below, which I'll read to you, and I'll give you the categories. I'll describe them so you don't have to write them down. You can always rewind the video and read the description or listen to the description again. And then you're going to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest for each skill of effectiveness. So here is our time management skill assessment. So it's basically 2 columns. It's just your 1 to 10 over here and your category over here. Don't worry about all this writing. I'm going to read that to you. Like I said, I'm going to read you the category and tell you. So category number 1 is organizing your time / planning and goal setting. What is it on a scale of 1 to 10? How you feel, how skillful you are in organizing your time. By that I mean, this includes the ability to set realistic goals and follow through with them in a timely manner. So if I say I'm going to do something by tomorrow and I do it, I could be a 10. If I say I'm going to do something by tomorrow and it takes me a month, I could be a 1. So you figure that out for yourself. How are you organizing your time, planning, and goal setting? Next category is working according to priorities and values. So this means being aware of and focusing on your work and life priorities while keeping an eye on the big picture. This also includes letting the non-priority, low-value items go. Number 3 is prioritizing and decision making, which is prioritizing tasks or to-do list. Prioritizing involves the skills of choosing and deciding what tasks and activities to do and when to do them in what order. Next category is time awareness and promptness. This is your awareness of time, your sense of time, and timing, and your ability to be on time for appointments and dates. Like if you're always late for work, a lot of times that just means you don't like where you work, or you don't like who you work with, or you don't like something, you don't want to be there. So look at your time awareness and your promptness and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, because that's going to affect your time management. Next category is boundaries. This is your skill at setting and maintaining boundaries and being able to say no. So somebody made a post on Instagram, and I think it was Michael B. Jordan. He was being asked by Larry King Live, what's one of the best things you learned in life? And he said, learning how to say no. So one of the things you want to do is you want to learn, if you're not a 10, learn how to get to a 10 by setting boundaries and learning how to say no. That might be one of your greatest lessons in life. Another section can be staying on track. This is your ability to stick to a goal, plan, or a schedule and bring it to the successful completion. This includes being able to initiate and sustain action to pace yourself and to complete projects in a timely manner while inspiring others to do the same. That's staying on track. Next is managing external distractions. This is the effectiveness in handling external distractions with respect to time. It could be like, oh, I live in New York City and I hear, the buses and the sirens and the people outside going crazy and making all this noise. So this also includes managing clutter, like if you have a cluttered household, handling interruptions like the phone ringing or your email going off, or Instagram chiming at you when you're doing something that's really important, managing your mail or email, your phone calls, being distracted by people, pets, chores, activities, being distracted by stuff. That could be any kind of stuff, surroundings, and other tasks. Next category is managing internal challenges. And this is the effectiveness in handling internal, right? So effectiveness in handling internal challenges such as resistance, boredom, procrastination, or a drive for perfection. And those could all be catabolic. So be careful of looking out for managing those. Next category is delegating. This is the ability to delegate tasks to others and to ask for help or assistance when needed. And after that, the category is letting go. I assure you we're not having an earthquake. I just bumped into my phone. So letting go is knowing when it is time and when it's appropriate to drop a goal or task, either temporarily or permanently. So I hope you're enjoying the lesson so far. I'm enjoying delivering this material to you and making sure we're on the right page. So now you want to ask yourself in your notebook, which skills are important for you to acquire or improve of that list? And then ask yourself, what is your plan to acquire and improve those goals? Now we're going to look at your time management toolkit. So considering your goals, strategies, and tactics, as well as your desire to break through specific barriers, what time management tools would you like to acquire? Examples of this could be to-do lists, calendars, planners, PDAs, if people still use PDAs, software such as Outlook or your calendar, like your Google Calendar, any notes you might take, your contact management software, your client resource management, or filing systems. So commit to acquiring or changing your tools and developing a set of tools that work for you. What would you like to change or implement using those tools? Now let's talk about balance as related to the 7 levels of energy. And I'm not talking about work-life balance. I'm talking about whole life balance. Like, how are you balancing everything in your life? For many of us, balance seems an impossible goal. Believing that there's never enough time to get it all done and staying balanced leads to a burden and stress. And what are your core thoughts about balance? So here we go. I'm going to give you these levels so that you can see where you're at. Level 1, balance is not really possible in this life. Level 2, the only way I can ever achieve balance is to make sure I protect my time and myself from those who want to take advantage of me. But right now, I really don't have the time to deal with a topic. It can be a lot of very busy people, but the busiest, most successful people find a way. Level 3, balance is a give and take process. It's an art. Level 4, when I serve others, including the organization I work with and for, I feel like I'm serving my purpose, and that keeps me in balance with my true goal. Level 5, balance is a game that I play each day when I choose from the many different possibilities in life. Any choice I make works for me. Level 6, balance is like a lava lamp. It flows from one focus to another, but in the grand scheme of things, the big picture, we're always in balance in that big picture. So when you look at that lava lamp and all that stuff's moving around, it's always in balance, just like your level 6 attitude. And then level 7, balance is the experience of duality between who I truly am and who I choose to play in each moment. Like who are you being in each moment and what game are you playing in each moment. Balance is an adjective that describes life, not a noun or a verb. So you could say my balanced life, my balanced activities. That's your adjective. It's describing your life as already balanced. So ask yourself, which level most resonates with how you want to live? From what you know so far about energy, and we've talked about it for 13 episodes now, how would you rate balance in terms of your energy? Victim, conflict, responsibility, etc. Write your level down and what you would call it, and name that level. So for example, if you say, oh, my level is concern on level 4, perfect. Okay, so you're level 4. If you say my balance is responsibility on level 5, okay, great. Now look at, in that energy, how can you increase your energy level? And we're almost done. We're getting to the very end and wrapping this up, which is so awesome. So excited. So remember, the overall life balance is a matter of goals, strategies, tactics, values, and flexibility. A lot of stuff, right? When we look at our life's big picture, we seek to answer the question of whether we're spending enough time in the most important aspects of our lives. Conflicts come when our activities, obligations, commitments, and responsibilities are not aligned with our values and priorities in life. From time to time, take a few moments to review this whole episode and to recreate your answers accordingly based on your current life characteristics. Because once you get a hold of your time management, things are going to change for you. Once you become more successful, more stuff's going to happen. More people are going to show up. How are you going to handle your time management and balance? And so finally, we're going to look at some other important considerations and wrap this up. On a final note, here are some other time management balance considerations. And I'll go over them with you and see which ones resonate with you, and then you can incorporate them into your plan of action for becoming successful as a leader in time management. Those are multitasking, to-do lists, calendars, rest and relaxation, making sure you get the right amount of sleep, stress reduction, how busy you want to be, and health and wellness. So in terms of multitasking, you can look at focusing on one thing at a time and slowing things down and getting more done. In terms of to-do list, you can be willing to modify your action plans every day so you can worry less and focus more. With rest and relaxation, you can take time away, even if it's a 5-minute break, because it's important to refresh, reset, and rejuvenate. When you're getting the right amount of sleep, if possible, you can take a short nap during the day. If not, get as much sleep as you can at night and make it as restful as possible. There's some really great online programs about sleep, like sleepio.com. That's sleepio.com. And it's a great free program on how you can get more and better quality sleep. In terms of stress reduction, finding ways to reduce and eliminate stress releases catabolic energy, thankfully. And you can work with me on this, or again, you can look online, you can talk to your friends, you can exercise, you can do some high energy anabolic activity. With how busy you want to be, you can define your work and your life balance in advance and as much as possible and keep it ideal as possible for yourself. And then with health and wellness, you can take care of yourself, which leads to more effective time management. And that was our last episode, was health and wellness in episode 12. So this is where we come to an end of our series of our 13 parts. Again, thank you for joining me. DM me and get in touch with me. I'm sure at some point we'll talk directly if you have questions about anything I've covered and anything that you want answers about. Also, I'd love to hear your feedback on how you enjoyed the series and what else you want me to cover for you so that we can have really great impact together working on your goals I'll see you every week though, because I'm committed to making weekly IGTV videos, and I'll see you every day in my reels. I'll see you on my posts. I'll see you in my stories, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thanks. Take care.